All right, dude. So last time, what did we do? We got our app kind of ready for what we call production. We got a production ready. So we set everything up to, and we learned how to have like a build where everything's minified and squished into small files so we can serve it to the client in as small of a bundle as possible. So that was cool. And so building on that, we're going to today figure out how to push that production build to some sort of to the internet. So somebody can go to our app from anywhere, and we're going to do that with this cool app called Heroku.
Sweet. So we produced last time, but we did not put it online, and now we put it online.
Yeah, we're going online. Cool. So yeah, so let's see. I think what we have to do is install Heroku. So, well, Heroku is an app on the internet, but they also have a nice command line tool. So we're going to install that. So if you just go to your terminal. Oh, I guess, yeah, we'll just check it out real quick. So this is Heroku. Pretty cool. Not much to it right now, but we'll do the bulk of it in the terminal, and then we can also, they have like a nice dashboard where we can see our app and everything. So,
awesome. So they're just making it super easy for us to get our code online. I love it. Or our website online.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So I got to install Heroku?
Yep. We got to install Heroku's like command line tool. So we're just going to use our old pal, Homebrew. So if you do brew tap Heroku/brew.
Heroku. Woo.
Whoa.
Did I spell Heroku right?
Oh, I think yeah, it's with a U at the end.
Oh, it's not Heroku. Wait, what is going on? Heroku. Ooh.
Yeah, there you go. And this stuff's like all like right in their documentation too, so it's not
like if you go to their website, they just basically say like paste this into your terminal.
Yep.
Like 99% of people don't really deeply understand what's happening.
Exactly. Okay, sidebar. We can probably just like chat because I feel like if I know anything about this, it's probably gonna take a while.
If you know anything about computers, serving mics and webcams and Camtasia and installing software.
Just what we've run into. I feel like Homebrew's been so slow for us before, but maybe not. Looks like it's.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
All right, cool. We're brewed. We're tapped.
So we're tapped. But now we actually have to install it. So just do brew install Heroku.
Heroku.
Yep.
So we just had downloaded the ability to install it through Homebrew.
Yeah.
Funny.
Yeah. To be totally honest, I don't have a full grasp on Homebrew, like the process, but I feel like I use it so infrequently, you know, like I installed it a long time ago and then just never thought about it again.
100%.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Cool. So it looks like we should be installed. See, it looks like everything's good. Yeah. So I think if you do I feel like I always have to do this as a sanity check, but if you just do Heroku-V just to see if it's there.
Like it. Cool.
Yeah, cool. Okay, sweet. And okay, so now next step is we have to just make sure that you have a Heroku account, and I think you already do. So if it would just make sure that so now we'll log into our Heroku account on our command line. So if you do Heroku login.
And are you like reading all the stuff off their documentation?
It's like all pretty much laid out for you. Yeah.
Got it.
There's some stuff later that is like not as straightforward, but this is pretty straightforward. Yeah. And then also very, very nice. It just prompts you on the web and then it'll.
Yeah, it's great. I'm not like having to argue with passwords and like.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Or maybe you are having.
I put it there for a reason, huh? Log in. We'll multi-factor later.
Sweet. So now I think if you go back to the terminal.
Heck yeah.
That we've logged into Heroku, we're actually going to create a project on our Heroku account. So very easy. Heroku create. Cool. Okay, so we've just created an app. Ooh, this is a good one. Pure Oasis 23313. I'm feeling good about this one.
Love it.
And so now our app will live on this website once we push it. Of course, we can change the domain at some point later, but this is just kind of our temporary location for it.
Yep.
And yep. Let's see. Let's go ahead and try to. Actually, we have to see if. Okay. Let's do Git Remote. Okay, so one additional step we have to do here. Depending if this is a brand new project, it'll add it for you. But since we've kind of done a few, it has not added a remote repository for us, so we have to do that.
Okay.
And that's just like, so our origin here, our remote repository called origin is GitHub. That's what we push to usually.
Yep.
So we need to add another one for Heroku to push to. So we'll basically be pushing our code to do 2 different remote repositories, and then the Heroku one will handle like building and actually like delivering our app.
Got it. I love this idea. You just push to a repository, and then there's this Heroku thing that kind of takes it from there.
Totally. Yeah. Okay. So to add this is straight from their documentation. So just so you know, so to add a remote, you do Heroku git remote -a, and then you type in our nice name that it gave us. So Pure Oasis 23313. I think that looks right. And then hit enter. Cool. Set git remote Heroku to there. So that is the location of the Git repository.
Mm-hmm.
Git.heroku.com/blah blah blah. And then so if I confirm by doing git remote, cool. List there. So now we have Heroku and origin. Now I think we're ready to try to deploy what we currently have.
And when you say what we currently have, is it going to take the minified code and put that on Heroku, or yeah?
Really good question. So what it's going to do is it's just going to push whatever we have in our repo right now.
Okay.
Whatever's committed, it's just going to push that. So like you just asked, we actually don't commit the build, so it won't even have the build.
And does it create?
So you're already ahead of us.
Okay, got it. Okay, cool. So it's going to sort of. Right now, we're going to deploy, sort of as a result of this process, the suboptimal code, but like, let's get this thing going.
Yeah. Yep.
Heck yeah.
You're very intuitive. So to do that, we do git push Heroku, and then the branch name. We are actually on the branch called start here, which is a little weird, but just bear with me. If you're on master, it'd be master. If you're on main, it'd be main.
Okay.
So we're going to try this. Git push Heroku start here. And that's all it did. So it's right. Push to branch up again. Oh, we might not be able to do it. Okay, I think there's just something I don't understand about, and I think it has to be either main or master. Or it has to be your primary branch, so I don't think it'll.
It says,
build.
Are you sort of I think it's this line right here, right?
Yep, yeah. Push to branch other than main, master, skipping build. So, I wonder. Hold on. Okay, so that it didn't like that. Let's try creating a branch called master. Push Heroku. Okay, I'm just gonna try. We're gonna try to actually, instead of doing that other branch we had, we're gonna try to do master. See what it does. Okay, so it liked that more. So, okay, so it's presumably building right now.
Yep. Build, baby, build.
So there's some computer out there that Heroku has given us access to And then, so like we're basically doing the same thing that we normally do. If you like, it's cloning our repository on this computer, and then it's installing the dependencies, and then that's our server on Heroku. So I think that actually worked. So let's go ahead. Why don't you click on Pure Oasis?
Let's go here.
2313. Yeah. And see what we can see.
Come on, one time,
no
whammies. One time whammy-less. Uh-oh, TM sensing whammies.
We might have got whammied here. Let's
my internet
let's go to Heroku. So just go to heroku.com.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, so the one we just did was Pure Oasis. So click on Pure Oasis. Yep. Cool. Go to more, top right. And then show view logs.
Only the experts look at the logs, T.
All right, cool. Okay, so this is helpful. So so we can watch this. So it says example app listening at localhost 8080, right?
Yep.
And we expect that because we want the app to start up. And really, so app boot timeout says. We're just trying to figure out what's going on here. And go down. Oh, okay. So so here's something that is looking like a culprit to me.
Mm-hmm.
So this says error 1R10, web process failed to find $port within 60 seconds of launch. And this is so that's our problem.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, okay, let's go back to the code and I'll show, and we'll.
This is awesome, T. We're diving in.
So go to server.js and notice, pull it down a little bit. And then, so notice here, okay, so we have set port is 8080.
Mm-hmm.
If you look like Heroku's documentation, what happens is that Heroku dynamically assigns a port to your app.
Okay.
Which is in all likelihood different than 8080. So what's happening is it's trying to like assign, it's like the wrong port. There's like a port mismatch. Like ours is starting on 8080, but when we go to the website, that's not what we see.
Yeah.
Because Heroku is using its own port. And so what we have to do, and this is where that .m file comes up, which is we have to actually make it real quick. So I'm gonna make one because we don't commit our .m file. So I'm gonna make one, and then and so like in those logs it said capital PORT. So that's the environmental variable. Actually, can you click on?
So should we go into .env?
Yeah. Okay, so if you want to type in port.
Capital?
Yep, capital PORT equals, and then do 8080. And then go ahead and save that guy.
Nice.
And then, okay, cool. And so if you go back to server, we can access those variables through process.env and then whatever the variable name is. And so instead of just hard coding that in here, what we're going to do is we're going to do process.env.port.
Cool.
Right. And that way it's directly accessing whatever we have set in the environmental variables.
Why the word process? I'm trying to map that to a folder or something.
That is a node reserved variable.
Got it.
So like
Okay.
that's going to be Yep, a global variable in Node.
Okay.
And that's just like, and then env is like the environmental variables that are in your Node process.
Got it.
And so what this .env does is it just injects. Actually, could you pin me real quick?
Pin him.
Cool. So what this .env does is it injects all those variables into the process.env.
Got it. Cool.
For use later. So that's cool. So I think in theory we should be able to. That should be good, because the reason that clears that up is because when we push to Heroku has its own environmental variables, and so it assigns port to something, and then that just brings it into here. And so now in theory that should match up.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, and do we just have to like repush to Heroku and have it do its build and see if it works?
Exactly. Yeah, we gotta make. So yeah, let's commit this and then push it and then.
So
I think we'll have to commit it.
So do git commit.
Mm-hmm.
Fix port.
Fix port. Yep.
Oh, git add.
Git add.
Let's see what's gone awry.
Changes not same. I think you do git add -a.
Sweet. And then try the. Hey!
There we go. All right. So
Git push.
So now we do the same. Yep. Do git push Heroku master. So we created this.
Oh my gosh.
And now it should just do the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to rebuild. This time it should read for the right port and help us out. We'll get there. We're getting there. Okay. So head over to, let's try the website again. See what happens. Okay. That's different, right?
That's a change.
It's not ideal, but okay. Instead of, I think we can actually view these logs in our command line. So if you go do Heroku Logs --tail.
Tail.
Mm-hmm. That should just give us, okay, just spit out some logs. Cool. Okay, example app, let's see. Example app listening, blah, blah, blah. Okay, good. See that there I say localhost 50658. So that's our port is changed, right?
So that's a win.
That's a win. So that's great. Stage name for starting. Okay. Let's see. No such file or directory stat app client build index.html. Okay. That is saying it's trying to access that file, but it doesn't exist, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so pull this down. Let's look at the server.js file again. Let's see. So where is app client build index.html? So if you scroll down a little bit, so it's right there, right? So it's res.send file. Right here, this line. Because this path, right, is client build index.html. So that's like a pretty clear indicator that like this is the spot where it's like, so what it's trying to do is trying to find this file, but the file doesn't exist.
Got it. And why not?
Right. And it doesn't exist because locally we've built that file because that's in the build folder, right? Which we don't actually commit to the repo. But
is the build in git ignore?
Yep,
okay.
It is.
Got it.
Yep. And so it's in the other one. So if you go to client and then git ignore,
got it.
It's like a nested. Yep.
Sorry to double check, my guy.
Nope. And so great. So okay, so that's what's happening here. Is so what we have to do basically is build our client on this server, right? On this remote thing. So we have to automate it so that it does that on the fly. Without us, like once it gets pushed to Heroku, then it automatically says, "Oh, I need to build it," and then it builds it for us. That's what we basically need to figure out how to do. And so, let's see. Sorry, one second. Okay. So what by default, this is like a default setting with Heroku, but Heroku will run if you have a build. So let's go, if I go to package.json, or if you go there, actually go to the that's the client one. So if you go to one outside, there's like another one. Yeah, go to that one. So in here, you can define something called like a scripts, like this. And then build. So if we define this, we can put it like a JavaScript script in here, and what Heroku will do when we run build is it will run whatever script that is listed
and
here.
so do we need to create a script that creates that index file or something?
Yep, exactly.
Cool.
Yep. So we need to create a script that will run so it'll run it'll basically run the build process for us. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to do node build.js.
Yep.
And so we're going to create a file called build.js. So let's do that in this main. You do want to create a file just like in the, just right there.
You call it
build.js. Yep. And then go ahead and in the terminal, we're going to install shell.js, which I'll explain in 1 second. But just do.
Do I need? I'm in this like log thing. Do I need to?
Yeah. You like exit? Oh, okay, cool. So do yarn add shell.js, all one word.
Run.
Yep. Okay, so this is just another package. This package is helpful for running like a shell or like a terminal command with JavaScript. So inside this build here, we have shell equals shell.js. Cool. And then what we're gonna do. Oh, sorry. All right. And then so after that, oh my god, it's just horrible. This is a nightmare, dude. Okay. Okay, so what we want to do, right, is we want to build our file. So what we're going to do is we say shell.cd. So we're going to cd into the client.
Yep.
And then right after that, we're going to we want to install all the dependencies in the client. So we do shell.execute yarn install for production. Cool. So that's basically we're going to the client folder and we're installing, and then finally we want to actually build. So we just do we're just gonna do yarn build.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So we've done these things before, right? But this basically we're building a script that's going to run and do all these things for us.
Cool.
And that should be it. So like, hopefully, when next time we build, since it'll read from this package.json and then run this build script for us.
Cool.
I think that should clear up at least that last error. Let's give it a whirl. So let's do what?
Let's go. I'm excited.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I'm just going to git add a or add all. Git commit m updated or added build script. Okay, let's give it a whirl. Git push Heroku master. Like inevitably, you'll always have to kind of like debug when you're pushing stuff live.
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting process of like you get it. Like I almost want to write down like this higher level thing of like you build it locally, you minify it, then you try to get it, and you have to like sort of create some scripts that do some things that you were able to do manually locally. It's kind of cool. Something about this doesn't look cool though, huh?
Yeah, I guess so it says up here cannot find module shell.js. So I think it must not have gotten added. So I'm just gonna try adding it again. See what happens. And saved one new dependency. Okay. Yeah, it's weird. It's not oh. So we're in the client folder, right?
Mm-hmm.
On accident. Okay, hold on. That makes sense. I'm going to remove it. Ay, ay, ay.
Ay, dos míos.
That makes total sense. Okay, yarn. So I just seeded out of it, right? So now I'm in the main. So now I'm going to add it and hopefully to the outside to like the server. Okay, so now, great, good, okay. Now I'm going to commit again, git commit, added missing shell.js package. Okay, so let's see what happens. Git push Heroku master. So hopefully, if we did this right, we should see the logs of it building our app.
Mm-hmm.
So we've seen this before. It's installing our stuff in the server. Then we should see it go through and install or like actually build the app because it ran. Okay, there it goes. Running build. All right, go to that website. Let's see what we can see.
One time for all the whammies. For all the whammies.
Okay.
Previously, there was a name there,
Before
so there must have been something wrong with the name, but I love it.
Okay, that's yep. You're very smart. Yeah. So okay, this is awesome. Like we're one step farther, right? Let's see what's happening because there should be a name there, right? Because our app pings our server and our server responds with a name. It should be like Neo, I think.
Yep.
So something's happening where it's not getting that name. So if you go open up the console, so Command Shift I, yeah, in your browser. Yep, exactly. And see if we can see anything. Yeah, okay. Go to low resource. Failed to fetch. Okay, so it's not. So okay, we sort of knew that it's not fetching. I think I know what the deal is here. So go back to your editor.
Go back to code.
Yep. Sorry. And then, okay, so I think it's a port issue. So if you open up client and then, what's it called? In source. Yep. And then I think components. what was it called? A user message? Yeah, user message. Open that up. Yeah, okay, so that's the problem right there. So see how it says localhost 8080?
We can't have any of this hard-coded localhost stuff ports. I don't like it.
Exactly, because like it's so like what's happening here is it's trying to ping localhost 8080, but that doesn't exist, right? Because we don't know what that is. So so what we're gonna do is actually we're just gonna delete all of the host here. So delete http :// localhost 8080. So delete that, but leave /user.
Yep.
All right. So now what fetch is going to do, it's going to just like use the same host name as the host.
Got
so
it.
Like
It'll
whatever
default
it's going to use that.
Which is what we want, right? Because we've already made it better.
Exactly. So hopefully that will work. The one thing that we have to be aware of when we do that is, I'm going to try to explain this in a way that makes sense. But like, you know how we use, when we're developing, we use a development server, and that's on localhost 3000.
Yep.
We will run into issues when we're doing that because it's going to think it's localhost 3000, but it's going to try to, but we want it to hit localhost 8080, right? When we're local, I'm saying. So
we want this.
So this will actually, this will sort of actually probably work if this will work on the live site, right? But like when we're developing, this will probably not work. And so one way we can get around this is by opening up. So we can set a proxy, it's called, and that is just like another. So if you open up the package.json in this client folder, the package right there. Yep. So we can actually, it's just it's one of these properties that you can set again. So you can say proxy, and this is specific to create React app. So it'll read a property that says proxy, and then what we want to put in there is actually localhost 8080. So let me just do that.
Cool.
Actually, I think it's just, let me figure out exactly what the. Okay, so it just looks like this. And you can pull this like straight off of their documentation. So basically you just say, this is the proxy I want to use. So all of the requests that get sent, we'll just forward them to 8080 instead of 3000.
Yeah.
And this is only in development, so this is just like for our local use.
Yep. Splitting the use case of, am I developing and sort of wanting something localhost versus am I doing Heroku coding and I want it to be the Heroku web version?
Exactly. Yep. Okay, so I think that should clear it up. You can always search. So like one thing you can do with VS Code is to search the whole code base for like instances of something.
It seems really
sometimes
smart.
I'll just do like, so if you do like Command Shift F, I think.
Command Shift F. Yep. Should I search like localhost?
Localhost, yeah. And so you could even do localhost :8080 just to make sure. I think the only place it should show up.
Many colons. Great.
Okay, so it only shows up. Cool. Great. Okay, that's awesome. Let's do it again. Let's run it. So go back to the terminal. Just go all the way down. Yep.
Get. Holy.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
Get add all.
-A. Yep.
Get commit -m fixed another port thing.
Yeah, nice.
And then get push.
Wait, hold on. It says nothing to commit. Why is that? Get commit. Didn't we just change that stuff? Yeah.
There you go. I think I hadn't
there we go.
saved.
Okay.
I just think I hadn't saved.
Oh, the old save issue. Okay, cool.
So then get push Heroku
master. Because you do the branch name. Yep.
Got it. One time no whammies, one time no whammies, one time no whammies. We got whammy. That was my favorite line you said today.
I think we did it this time.
Amazing.
Okay, here we go. Pure Oasis 23313.
Neo.
Boom. Okay.
Neo.
I think that's it, dude. I think we did it.
Cool.
That's kind of the process, dude. It's like you'll push it thinking that it's gonna work, and then it doesn't work, and then you kind of have to like run through these problems that you'll have in production that you might not see locally.
I love having gotten the experience. I think that's great.